live on Facebook and YouTube. So sometimes my phone only lets me set it up on horizontal, my tripod rather. It's maybe not the best tripod, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I feel like this screen is like kind of strangely wide. And you can see my closet door slightly open. Oh my gosh, non-perfection. But anyway, what's most important is that I'm live here with y'all. So say hello to me as you're on and drop me your questions. On Mondays, I am happy to give live energy readings, typically soul business energy readings. So anywhere where you're feeling like not sure or blocked about, or you have questions or anything about business, money, specifically soul business, right? Of like bringing forward the channels, the frequencies, the programs that come to you spiritually or from God or from the divine or from source that want to come through you, right? But like what kinds of hangups possibly do you run into? Where is there a dam in the river, perhaps, where you're not just allowing it to all flow? And specifically, I do want to talk today about money and how, like, the shift I've made in myself and that I'm supporting my Quantum Gold Mastermind ladies through right now is to no longer do money through the lower chakras, to no longer do money through survival, or money through lack or scarcity or fear, or trauma, anything in the like pelvic area or the lower chakras. As that all clears up and your Kundalini can just flow up, then more and more you get to just not be focused on the money, not be focused on how many sales you're having or not having, or how much money you have or don't have. And particularly, then you no longer need to abide in the fear state that can get triggered emotionally and at a body level by there not being enough money or not as many sales as you want. Or this can definitely come up like when you're wanting to scale your business to the next level. Those same scarcity survival fear places can come up if you're making $10,000 months, for example, and you're wanting to scale to 20K or 40K months. Those same patterns can kind of rear their ugly heads every time you want to up level. Not that they're bad, but you know what I mean. So this week, if you've been following me, you've been seeing that I'm launching the first monthly. It's a low cost. It's $44. This first monthly event that I'm going to be running this whole year, every month. So it's a program unto itself. Like if you want to join every month, I've actually been thinking I could create like a discount package or something. If you want to join Soul Led Sales every month, that's something we could do. But the frequency of Soul Led Sales specifically is to crack your heart open more so that from God and from soul. So money's no separate thing over here that you have to figure out, or you have to dice it out, or you have to worry about it, or you have to try to make sure all those wheels are spinning so there's enough money. We're constantly this like obsession with money. To no longer be in relationship with money like that. We're literally wiping that slate completely clean. So your job is really to submit to, surrender to, even be obedient to the creations of your soul and what the higher power, God source, the universe wants to and will never stop, relentlessly, mercilessly, joyfully, for sure, with huge impact, global impact, whatever your soul wants or is here for, can happen, can come through. That's the flow to surrender to. We do not want to be in submission to a lower flow, possibly a compulsive attachment or a like addiction-based attachment, or we don't want to be lost in like lack or scarcity, or where we feel like we're not safe, or where we feel like we can't express ourselves, or, you know, whatever the mental or emotional state is that you go into personally when there's not enough, or when you're perceiving yourself as not enough, or when you're in a state of lack inside, right? Or you're just trying to like scrounge enough resources, whether that's money or food or love, or connection, any of those. So soul-led sales, yes, it's a sales training. Like, yes, I'm going to teach you the way that I do soul-led sales. I'm going to give you the practices and tools and resources that I utilize in my sales conversations, which this is a sales conversation right now, right? Like anytime if you have an online business or an in-person business for that matter, but you're sharing yourself, you're being yourself, like your people buy from you because of who you are. Your people buy from you because they're attracted to your soul's energy. Your people buy from you because they see qualities in you that they want to embody inside themselves. It's an inner spiritual inspiration as for why people buy from you. So that's really the main thing for soul-led sales, like be yourself and fully be yourself. And then keep asking yourself, how can I be more of myself? And as for practical practical tools and strategies, not stools. Now I'm making myself giggle. But as for practical tools and strategies as well, I'll give you those too. I'm going to be sharing my, I think it's my best YouTube training on soul-led sales, along with the actual script that I follow when I'm in an actual sales call. Yeah, and it's soul to soul, right? So it's always about you being fully yourself, holding sacred space for the other person to be fully themselves, asking a lot of questions, helping them uncover wherever they feel blocked or wherever they feel challenged, help them tune into what their goals are and their visions are, and like the next level version of themselves that they're revealing and that they want to become. And then if it's a fit, according to them and according to you, then you can ask them if they want to hear about your offers. 99% of the time, they're going to say yes, because they're already super lit up and inspired through this amazing conversation with you, which is a gift. Then you share about your offers. And I recommend talking about, I find that whenever I share more than 2 offers, it can get a little overwhelming. It kind of, I'm trying to think of a specific word here, dilutes. I find that it kind of dilutes the conversation if I share more than 2. So before you even get on the call, you can tune in energetically with their soul, and you'll know immediately, intuitively, like which offer is possibly going to be a fit for this person. You'll already know before the conversation, if you're sensitive enough to feel that. And so then you just offer, you share a little bit about each program. You don't really need to sell them on anything, like certainly not in the way of like, you don't need to try to convince anyone anything. I would not recommend going into an energy of convincing. Just share what the offer is, share the general structure of it, share the results that they'll experience, share about how you see it, like genuinely how you see it helping them based on what they've shared with you. And then you ask them if they want to sign up. They can say yes, they can say no, and everybody carries on. So these are the things we're going to be diving into more deeply on Wednesday night in Soul-Led Sales. This is a low-cost monthly training. It's $44 because I want you to have some skin in the game. I want there to be an investment with your time, your energy, and a bit of money so that you're all in, so that you're committed. And what I love about people investing in their soul business growth is that it means they're taking themselves seriously. It means they're taking their mission seriously. It means they're serious about it and they genuinely want to grow their business. So that's why. I'll put the link below for Soul-Led Sales. So if you want to join that, you can. But I love to open up these Soul Success Monday lives for soul business readings too. So if anyone out there wants to ask me a question about your soul business growth, about so this process, the way that I do it and the way that I lead my clients is that your programs from soul come to you from God and through your soul. And then you have the holy, sacred work of bringing them into the physical, of leading them, right? Of launching these offers. And you select your pricing from what you see inside spiritually, and you go with it and you trust it. And it's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to feel a bit of imposter syndrome. It's okay to feel doubt. It's okay to feel like, well, who am I to do this? Well, you're you to do it. It came through you. So bring it through you. What else are you going to do? Why would you live a diluted version of yourself when you have the full 100% version of yourself available? Why would you do less? I'm not gonna. I just keep being more and more and more and more of me every day, which I'm not. I feel like so much more than me. Like I feel like so much more than the Katie. Like I love being Katie. I think she's fun. I love who I am in this life. Yeah, she's actually one of my favorite incarnations I've ever been. But I'm speaking from this level of being so much more than myself, from universal desire level, from God consciousness level, from all the way back at the beginning, like the original moment when God decided to start creating through themselves and make this whole creation and all these, whatever all this is, the universe and the planets and species and beings. And, yeah, we don't need to parade around acting like we're just the human I, like your human personality, identity, incarnation that you're in, which is great, which is super fun, right? We never want to look down on our human self either. The human self is super fun, but you're also much, much, much more. So it's okay to do business from all that more that you are. Business does not need to be just data on a chart or a marketing strategy that is boring, or running a Facebook group and then it goes to this and then it goes to this, or just making one funnel and putting all your eggs in one basket, or spending 5 years making one online course. And maybe that's great, maybe that works for people, but it's like, okay, really, you are the infinite. Really, you can surrender to all that is to come through you. Really, you're here as a soul on a mission. Really, you have these offers that are here to come through your soul. So choose them. I was saying this to my Quantum Gold ladies this morning, which is my mastermind for women who want to heal and shift and align everything they need to inside so they can just have their successful soul-led business. What was I going to say? Yeah, Quantum Gold is open for enrollment currently. I'll link that below as well. There's actually an application for it at katiewake.com/Quantum Gold. I love Quantum Gold. What was I going to say before? So now I have a couple thoughts going on. Crap, I don't remember. So Quantum Gold is a frequency. It's actually the energy of the masters. Yeah. So when I actually look at the frequency of this, I know this will freak people out, but it won't freak you out because you align with me, right? But I honestly see the frequency of Christ. So that could mean the being, it could mean Christ consciousness. I actually see him like a spiritual master. And it's him breaking open. The first thing that happens when you join Quantum Gold is the crown chakra breaks open from the top, and the Christ energy, it's a quantum gold, it's literally gold energy, comes in through the crown, and then next it cracks the heart open. Yeah, I know. I was telling the ladies in Quantum Gold, then went on tangent. I know. It's okay. It'll probably come back around. So Quantum Gold first cracks open through the crown when you join, and honestly in the first month. Then the heart cracks open from the inside with the Quantum Gold. So these layers of healing will show up differently for every single woman in the container. And it is just women for now. I don't know. Maybe I'll open up to men in the future, but for now it's just women. This will be layers of, I guess it's self-perception healing, right? So anywhere in you where people destroyed you is the word coming. Anywhere where people destroyed you will heal. Yeah, just let that sink in for a moment. Anywhere where people destroyed you will heal. And the banks of the river of your heart widen so that your God's soul flow of who you are and what you're here on the planet to do widen so that flow can just come through. And here's the part where you'll probably be shaking in your seat a little bit while I'm talking about this, if this is for you. This is the shift into embodied safety. This is the shift into what it's like to actually be supported by energy, by God, by the sacred masculine, which includes money. Money's a manifestation of the sacred masculine. So it's actually opening to being safe and opening to being actually supported. So, of course, money and your successful business is a function of support for you. So you can be at ease and relax and be in your life and just no more like wishing something would happen or pushing for something to happen or trying or going to get another job because your soul business isn't making you enough money as you need. That all ends when you join Quantum Gold. This is it. Like, this is the inner breaking open of you from the inside. Not even just the choosing of your Quantum Gold reality, but it's the reality that's always been in you. It's the one that you were when you were a little kid. It's the Quantum Gold success reality that you would be having if there hadn't been any trauma or damage or abuse or punishment or dissociation or ancestral trauma or childhood trauma or if there were no damage to you at any level, this would be the Quantum Gold reality that you would be in. So we're shifting you back in and loving you back in and supporting you back in to be this person that you most naturally are. That you most naturally are, happy in your own skin, in love with life, fully expressed, being the embodied soul, the frequency, the change maker, the healer, the leader, the parent, the mother, the child, that you most naturally are. That's what Quantum Gold is for. So one of the flows that comes from that is your soul business success, the abundance, the money flow. Like, that's in, of course. You're no longer giving your power away to those things. You're no longer seeing those things as something outside of you or something that other people can have, but you can't. Or, like seeing it as though that's some kind of wealth that you have to achieve outside of yourself, which of course it is. Like, you get to go through the process of achieving and earning and having all the experiences, but you stop seeing yourself as like unworthy to it or less than, or having all that stuff up on some kind of pedestal, or, maybe that's actually you. Maybe that's actually some aspect of your own soul that's fragmented that you see as better than you. Maybe you actually oscillate inside between either feeling better than or less than yourself. maybe you actually need to just merge the two and realize that you're one. And you no longer need to be on this teeter-totter of thinking you're always above or below something or someone else, and just be one in yourself, right? In your Quantum Gold reality inside, and just let that become your life. So this is what I was going to say. We were talking about in the mastermind today. It's okay for this process when you're choosing your Quantum Gold self and the matching reality. You will feel like you're a fish out of water sometimes. You'll feel like you just have to choose it, choose to be this version of you, choose to take the actions and to speak as if, Sarah, you were saying this today, speak as that version of you already, as the queen, absolutely. And that's just kind of a funny thing to do, isn't it? It's not something that's taught in kindergarten or third grade or fifth grade. Just like, oh, well, pull down the reality you want from the quantum. Oh, you experienced damage or trauma, or you've forgotten who you are, or this or that or the other. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. Just choose energetically to be the version of you who's actually whole and never got injured, because you're impenetrable and you're consecrated to God. So you're actually always just whole on the inside. Just drop into being that version of you. That's actually what I'm teaching. Just drop into being that version of you and speak as that version of you and teach as that version of you and act as that version of you, show up as that version of you. This is what I do. And this is how I started achieving 10K months in my business. I had my first 20K month. I'm in process of alchemizing, burning away, doing that whole Phoenix ashes rising, whatever thing, inside myself into 40K months now. Haven't done it yet, but I certainly will and am. It's just different. You know what I mean? Like, you can't Google that. It's not taught in school. We're dumbed down in this world. We're all traumatized and poisoned and dumbed down and told how to think and told what emotions are okay and what aren't okay, and poisoned by chemicals in the air and food and water and toothpaste and whatever, and just stuffed down our throats, all this effing propaganda and division. Like, oh my gosh, like, I hope you see how the dark elite of the world, there's also light elite, right? That's us. We're the elite angels of the planet, but there's also dark elite, and maybe they're losing now, which they absolutely are, but they've already lost. They want humanity divided. They want humanity divided based off of race, gender, sexuality, political spheres, anything they can divide people over, meat eating or being vegan. Or that's why politics are so, that's why it's all like identity politics now, because they literally take the most, they purposefully exploit the most tender wounds in people and then pit them against each other. So everyone's in these like really emotional fights, basically. And Facebook's actually set up with programming people arguing and being divided and that stuff. I always talk about that when I come on here, which is interesting. So it's everything to quit the matrix. It's everything to decide and decide and decide and decide and decide again and again and again, to simply function from your God union inside. Simply function from who you really are as an infinite, spiritual, cosmic, galactic being who's incarnated here for this time as a human being. Do away with just throw in the trash anything that trashes you, anything that damages you, anything that hurts you. I was just working this morning with, I'm still working out exactly where it comes from. I think it's a familiar, meaning like my family of origin inheritance of a pretty intense inner critic. It's very, very mean. And like looking at that energy more closely in myself of like, okay, who are you? Like, I don't believe anything you say anymore. I'm not doing that. But it's still around a lot, right? Like every morning I wake up and I just get this barrage of like really mean things at me. Programs try to go off that want me to feel bad or guilty about stuff from like my whole entire life. So that stuff's there, like every morning. And then what I do instead is I don't believe it. And it's easier now than it used to be. I mean, some days are harder than others, but I go outside. I start to soak up the sun right into my cells. For me, this is a pretty easy practice. I just tune into God on the inside. I just tune into God union and just hang out there and see like what God wants to do through me for that day. Or if I'm running a program like I was today, Quantum Gold, I start to tune into that, because those programs are super high frequency. Our soul programs will heal us. Our soul programs heal us. So you can tune into those frequencies, journal, meditate, but get yourself right in the morning. What was I? Oh yeah. Should I talk about that too? Okay. So the energy that you're in and that you embody is what creates your physical reality experience. We're also not taught, and it's suppressed for sure, of how powerful we really are as quantum beings, as unlimited beings. So I do this through my third eye chakra, but go to the origin in your third eye. Go as deep as you need to into your third eye chakra before the belief and before the emotion and before the thought, before the hologram projection. And be in that origin energy before anything is created, and choose what you want to create through you for the day, or for a certain program, or for a certain outcome that you want in any area of life, business, relationship, just in yourself, or anything. But tune into that in yourself. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments of how this lands with you, or just chatting about it is fun. Or if anybody has questions about this, we should probably do a day on this in Quantum Gold. Maybe we will. But yeah, you can tune into that. I guess it's the origin of thought. It's the origin God energy before thought, not like I'm God, but planted in God, right? Planted in that energy. And you choose what you think. You literally choose the hologram reality that you want to live into. Yeah, before the hologram. That sounds accurate. I guess the way it feels, the word I keep hearing is origin. Like, go into, it feels like the same energy, Maruna, as when, like, before your soul was created. Yeah, in God. So so I'm going to go there right now, and you can go with me. You know the place in the universe or in God before they started making souls, right? Before there was an outward creation. Origin, yeah. Good word. Also get there the same. Exactly. Cool. Yeah, primordial. Yeah, so you can go there in yourself and create the hologram of your physical reality. And it's that simple. So let's do business from here. Feel the programs that want to come through, let it come from God. Create the outcomes you want from origin, from original thought, and choose to embody that place in yourself every single day. Make your choices from there every single day. Make it up. But the cool thing is, the only way that this works is if it's in alignment with God's desires, if it's in alignment with universal desire. Yeah, totally. It's a state of being. It's deeper than being, even. It's because we can be relaxed or surrendered in our being, and then we can even go deeper than that. The beingness inside the beingness inside the beingness. Yeah. So you can just hang out in your beingness, and eventually, maybe now or maybe in 5 minutes or tomorrow or something, there will be like, oh, I feel like doing this. Oh, I feel like doing this. I feel like doing this. It just trickles through, and it's the same energy as like souls descending, souls incarnating, ideas descending, ideas incarnating. I love that you can feel that. So what else? Ask me more questions. I want more people to come on. I love coming on these Mondays. So anytime that every program I make is completely intentional. Like, I think it was a month ago, I had the desire to condense time from earning 10K months into earning $10,000 weeks. I actually so I learned this from my mentor, but I keep a spreadsheet on Google, which is free, Google Sheets, with the outcomes I choose every week. So usually I have like 7 or 10 outcomes that I choose for every week, which is like how much money I want to earn, intentions I have in my marriage, things I want to experience, going to yoga, different goals and things or outcomes I choose every week. So I put those in there. And in one of them, which was $10,000 weeks. Yeah, I can explain that. I'll come back to that in a second. I think this might actually help you. So I decided that I wanted 10K weeks, and this weekly Monday live came to me because part of my 10K week goals is to have 10 soul connection calls a week with souls that are potentially interested in buying programs for me or being in programs with me. So the way to bring in 10 soul aligned leads every week was to do this weekly live on Mondays to make it a soul business. That, and soul knows this, God knows this, that people buy from me when they experience how transformed they are by being in spiritual connection with me. Like, my energy field is naturally a sacred birthing chamber for people to birth. I'm like, that sounds so weird, but my energy is a sacred birthing chamber. So people naturally transform and heal and birth their sacred self by being in relationship with me, by being in my energy. That just happens. Yeah. So do you see what I mean? Like you choose. So ask for the things, experience you want. What can I do instead? Money's abstract. Someone says 10K months. Well, I would keep feeling into that. So like, let's say you want 10K months through your business. I would suggest is to make it a daily practice, even morning and evening. And you can have a specific journal for this, but go into a meditative state and ask to be shown what it feels like. K months, right? Because the money is just money. It is abstract. It is an object. It's actually an idea. But drop into the version of you who's earning $10,000, and what does it feel like through your body, your emotions, sensation, energy through your body? What does it feel like? And you could feel both positive and negative feelings. Not that there's really positive or negative, but you might feel it's like it's clogged up. It might start to feel like this wall thing over your heart. It might start to feel like you could only do that in secrecy. It might start that, or it might start to feel really liberating too. It might start to feel like freedom. It might start to feel like, oh my God, I would be talking then. I would be actually like sharing from my soul and preaching from my soul and talking more and being myself more and being more seen. And, but practice journaling as that version of you every day. I'm earning 10K months. I feel like this. I'm experiencing this. Actually, one thing you can do with it is always start the journal page with, I'm so happy and grateful to be earning $10,000 months. So you write it as though it's already occurring. And then go on with, I feel like this. I'm experiencing like this. This idea is coming through. This pricing's coming through, this soul program's coming through. I want to do it like this. The ideas are like this. The marketing is like this. It happens like this. It goes like this. I'm feeling this new level of healing in my marriage. I'm feeling this freedom. Like you want to write it into reality. There's a lot for you to uncover there. Just looking at other questions. Yeah, do that practice. That'll change your life. And feel free to let me know how that goes. I'd love to hear. So I feel like that's going to be really helpful for more people coming on the replay as well. I know a couple others of you popped on Soul Success Monday with me today. Like I mentioned, Quantum Gold Mastermind is enrolling now. We have 4 amazing women in Quantum Gold, and there's room. There's room for more. The application currently for Quantum Gold is at katiewake.com/Quantum Gold. So I can't wait to hear from more of you there. And this Quantum Gold frequency, remember, is the frequency of Christ consciousness. It's what cracks you open through your crown and your heart from the inside. So the river of the universe, of God, of soul, your soul, can freely flow through you. And that includes the flow of the outcomes you want, the results that you want, you absolutely being your most fully expressed version of yourself. So this means you don't get to the end of your life and think, oh, I wish I had done that more, or having regrets, or I wish I had done that. But no, you will die happy because you will have been your full self to even greater capacities than what you can even think of, including your full-on soul business success and financial success. That's the easy part, right? That's just the no-brainer, of course, just like breathing. That occurs, but we break you open inside. So that's at katiewake.com/Quantum Gold. There is a lot of description at the bottom. So once you apply, we'll have a little chit chat, make sure it's a fit for both of us, and I'll welcome you in. And it's so fun. I can't wait to support you there. Myrna, I've also downloaded a gold frequency a while ago, frequency of consciousness. Yeah, I feel you, sister. I'm excited for if and when it's time for you to come in the comments. Okay, bye-bye, YouTube. Maybe we should put some, well, I put the link in the description. Okay.